Ooh man, I wish I could see my face. It's the W, it's the WC man back with a classic video. All right, that hopefully people will see. Now I'm gonna cut the nonsense real short, real quick. Y'all see the stuff on the screen, right? Did we not know weeks ago that Cody Rhodes was gonna win the Royal Rumble? Was that like the worst kept secret possible that Cody Rhodes is gonna win the Royal Rumble? I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't know who over at the WWE greenlit the vignettes of Cody Rhodes coming back. Like it just kind of ruined the whole moment. Like they could have just did the whole Cena thing with it and just kind of have him come back. We knew he was coming back. We knew the pectoral thing was going to take maybe a few dozen months. They said it right after the injury. We knew after Hell in a Cell that he was going to be gone. Like this is part of my problem with the WWE. Like it's like they're not foreshadowing far enough into the future, right? Like they used to do. We talking about like we knew the Batista was going to be a monster before he was a monster. We knew that Cena had something that he was special. We knew that Orton was special. We knew that those guys were great. And the WWE doesn't they don't have those guys right now. They probably got one guy and people gonna look at me and say, please don't say this guy's name. There's only one guy that I see that's kind of similar to that, and that's Austin Theory. Like I know people are gonna hate me saying that, but he's the only guy right now, right? That in the next 5 to 10 years you can see him as either as a white meat baby face as the champion, somebody that people can kind of get behind, girls actually want to like him. Like you can see that happening in the next 5 to 10 years, right? He's the only guy. Like he's literally the only dude right now. I don't watch NXT. All right, so for all the people out there, oh, this such, I don't watch that shit. I don't watch. That's too much professional wrestling. All right, I'm just not doing that. I'm not watching NXT. So if there's some guys down there, I don't know. It is what it is. But as far as for like the mainstream product, he's the only guy. And then you're watching this, and you're like, man, they basically told you weeks in advance that Cody was going to win. He won, right? Sorry for the fingers, right? You told us weeks in advance that he was going to win. He won. And then you're sitting here, you're trying to figure out through storyline, functionality or correlation and everything, how this kind of works in the favor of anybody that's watching this and should be intrigued by it. This is we talking about the two biggest storylines in the company basically colliding. The storyline with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes is going to have to come to a head at some point. Like I don't want to spoil it for nobody, but Kevin Owens ain't going to beat Roman Reigns. All right, by the time this video go up, that should not happen. He shouldn't be the guy. I like Kevin Steen, Owens, but like there's a bigger story here to tell. That's basically what they're telling you here. But the problem is that through storyline continuity, like they have to tell a story like all right, let me put it into perspective for people that are lost, because some people will be real lost if you not understanding what I'm trying to say. Like the WWE has to make it believable that Cody Rhodes can beat him, number one, right? Then they have to make it believable that Sami Zayn is not going to be the reason why Roman Reigns loses. That's number two. And then they have to build a story in which Sami Zayn ultimately becomes the head of the table. They have to tell those stories, all right? So they have to tell all three of those stories. So eventually, this is probably what's going to happen for anybody that understands the psychology of professional wrestling. If the WWE knows what they're doing, they're going to run the storyline just like this. What's going to happen is that Reigns is going to go against Rhodes at WrestleMania, right? Rhodes is going to barely lose that match because he has to barely lose that match in order for the storyline to continue. All right, so they're probably going to face off a few times, and they're probably going to wrestle against each other at Money in the Bank. Now, if they know what they're doing, right? If they know what they're doing, they're probably going to have Rhodes beat Reigns clean, and then Sami Zayn's going to be the one to cash in on Rhodes and become the head of the table. They have to tell that story at some point. They have to tell the head of the table story with Sami Zayn at some point. They're teasing it so badly to the point where it's like you can see that. Just like we saw Cody Rhodes coming back at the Royal Rumble and winning it without them running the stupid ass vignettes. They didn't have to run the vignettes for us to know that he was coming back. They didn't need to do that, which ruined the whole match, even though the Royal Rumble match was really good. It ruined the whole experience of watching the match because you knew that Cody Rhodes was going to come in at 30 and win. You just knew it. You could just piece it together that he was going to win. All right, they put Gunther over real heavy in that match, by the way. All right, but like when you're watching this from an objectivist standpoint, like they have to tell these stories, and they're not doing a good job of it. That's the reason why this video is happening. All right, that they're not doing a good job of it because I knew weeks ago that Cody like you don't have to be an insider. You don't have to be Meltzer. You don't have to be somebody that can make phone calls. All right, you knew weeks ago that he was going to win the match. Like you just knew that he was going to win. You don't have to be an insider in the wrestling business to know that this guy was going to win. All right, because they spelled it out for you. That's horrible storytelling. Terrible storylines. It's terrible storylines, man. And then now they're doing this deal where, you know, is Sami Zayn in or is he out? They have to tell the storyline. They have to tell the story of Reigns losing the belts somehow, some way. He can't lose it to Zayn because he's a part of it. Like he's going to lose the belt. Like eventually, Reigns is going to lose the championships to Cody Rhodes. He's going to lose them to Cody Rhodes. He has to. All right, that's the way the storyline works. If it works, that's the way. That's the reason why these two storylines are colliding. All right, Cody Rhodes is going to win the championships from him, and then Zayn's going to take it off of Cody Rhodes. That's the way that it has to work because Reigns can't be the head of the table without the championships. And if Sami Zayn has the championships, he's the head of the table. Whoever has the championships is literally the head of the table. That's the way the storyline with the bloodline has worked. And the WWE is doing a sloppy ass job of telling that story. They're doing a really bad job. And they're putting Cody Rhodes into this, right? And I'm going to tell you like this. The reason why they're putting Cody Rhodes into this is because Rhodes is ready to take on that role, right? He's over enough with the fans. It's believable enough that he can beat them, that he can beat Reigns without him being built up to beat Reigns. But they have to do that anyway. They have to build him up to beat Reigns. All right, just like they tried to do with Lex Luthor in the Lex Express a couple years ago. But they'll probably do a better job of this one than they did the one in in a couple years ago. All right, long time ago. Anybody that understands that whole Lex Express thing, that was horrendous. And it looks like this is going in the same direction. This is just bad storyline telling by the WWE. Whoever jumped the guns to do the vignettes, I don't know if it was Cody's idea because we know Cody's got the creative juices and stuff. Whoever greenlit Cody Rhodes's comeback vignettes, they need to be fucking fired, bro. Because we all knew weeks in advance that he was going to win the match. And that's just, it's horrible storytelling. Now they have to piece it together to convince you that Cody Rhodes is not only going to beat Reigns, right? But that now they have to wait until at least after Money in the Bank in order to pull the trigger on the whole Sami Zayn storyline. So this Sami Zayn storyline is going to go right through WrestleMania, right through Money in the Bank. So anybody that's watching this product, you're not going to see a payout on any of this stuff, any of the stuff that you're seeing until after probably Money in the Bank. And I've already been watching this for how long? How long we've been watching this the Bloodline storyline for like 2.5 years? I'm getting sick. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. The Uzi shirts, the shirts, the whole thing, like the 5-minute entrance with Reigns. This shit's old, bro. It's played. They need to switch it up. Make Zayn head of the table, and they're gonna throw Cody's ass right in the middle of this, bro. Which is sad. It's sad. But like for me, it's gonna be sad because I'm definitely gonna sit there and watch it play out. But like the whole reason why I'm like kind of angry with this is that they could have took the opportunity, right, to make Reigns lose the championship to somebody that was way younger, bro. Like, I'm not saying that Cody is dusty. I'm not saying that because here, not Dusty from the like father, like his father Dusty, like Dusty from like old. We talking about from that standpoint. We're not talking about Dusty. All right, just a clarification because people get confused. But I'm not saying that he's old or not the right guy. I'm saying that the WWE doesn't have enough guys in which they can build towards the future. When you say the future and the first name that comes up is Austin Theory, that's a problem. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know if people understand that, and I don't watch NXT. Like, I don't know if I already said that in this video. I don't watch that. It's too much professional wrestling. It's just too much. I need some type of a break during the week. I just can't do it. So let me know how y'all feel about my whole thought process on this, man. Do y'all agree that, you know, these two storylines coming together and Cody just kind of being thrown into this, like, you know, he's kind of a mover alonger in the whole the bloodline story. It's like he's a cog in it now. He's a part of it now, and I don't know if I don't know if they're doing the right thing. I really don't know. So the reason why I don't know is because I just don't know. But I just laid out my whole theory about the whole thing. Let me know how you guys feel. It's the WC, man. This is a long video. I don't make no long videos about the WWE, do I?